was walking down the street, feeling tiny, when the wind came out your butt and blew my wig off. Oh, it was a sight to see, my hair flying in the breeze, 'cause the wind came out your butt and blew my wig off. People started laughing, they couldn't believe their eyes, as my wig flew through the sky. Oh, what a surprise. I tried to catch it, but it slipped right through my hands, 'cause the wind came out your butt, and now it's somewhere in the land. Oh, wind came out your butt, blew my wig off. Baby, you drive like shit. Did you see that car that you almost hit? I'd rather take the bus instead. Riding with you, I'm gonna end up dead. Don't ask me if I need a lift. Baby, you drive like shit. She just ran through always stop. I ain't trying to get stopped by the cops. Baby, why the hell did I let you drive? It's a miracle that you're still alive. Don't ask me if I need a lift. Baby, you drive like shit. Whoa, 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 whoa. Look out, my girl is driving. Watch out, my girl drives like shit. Whoa, whoa, whoa. My girl is driving. Watch out, my girl drives like shit. Heard you think you're tough. Gotta let you know I will fuck you up. I whoop that ass, talking all that shit, spank that ass till you tap like a bitch. No, I ain't playing. I'm here to kick ass. Whoop that ass, it's time to punch face. I'm the one who brings you pain in the ring. I whoop that ass until the bell rings. Already know that I do not play. Throw a punch like I'm cutting down hair. I whoop that ass every single night. Spank that ass till they stop the fight. I'll tell you the story of a man, a radioactive pimp in his hand. His hand grew 10 times its normal size to help him get his money on time. He knew if the bitch was telling a lie, which was 100% of the time. Superpowers to make a bitch listen, then get her naked with sex-ray vision. Beat a police station in a single bound, slapping bitches down to the fucking ground. His name was famous across the land. They called him the pimp named Superhand. Oh shit, yeah, the pimp named Superhand. He had powers no other pimp had. Oh fuck yeah, pimp named Superhand. That motherfucker was Superman. Asking for dinner ain't asking for much. You had one job and still fucked it up. Sometimes you gotta learn respect. I use my pimp hand to correct. It's called a bitch slap, slap. Come get your face hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other. No, before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach hate? You should ask yourself, who taught you to hate being what God gave you?
Exactly, because that's like you said, that's their job. She's at the hospital. She just basically, had to be carried in there. It sounded like some physical force to get her in there, so they could admit her and get her help or treated. And so the brother or the family member went to the correct people, to the paramedics or to the staff there at the hospital or whatnot, and addressed the correct people, and they called the police. So it just that was taken way out of hand.
Tell people, do not pick up the phone and call 911 unless it's something serious that you need to call for. But we got the C Money CJ up in the building. What it do, sir?
Yeah, what's happening with it, dog? How you doing, Miss Jackson?
Hey, what's good?
I'm gonna have to get that. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. I'm gonna get that real quick, like from Outkast. But here you go, man. Give me your thoughts so far. If you want to give me your thoughts on the last one, that'd be great. Give me your thoughts on this so far right now.
My thoughts on the last one is pretty much in the comment section, but I pretty much agree with everything y'all said. That was some bullshit with Warren Sapp, and I hope he get his fucking money out of that shit. But as far as this one, I ain't gonna lie, this one pisses me off rip, because I do have some family members that are like mentally disabled, and I do know how it is taking them to the fucking hospital to where you do need help from other medical assistants besides just family helping them, you know what I'm saying, walk, talk, and that, you know what I'm saying, actually articulate what the fuck is wrong with them. So for this person to sit up here and call 911 and say it's an emergency, bitch ass nigga, do your fucking job, dog. If you can't handle people that's in that state, don't fucking take the job, dog, or go ask somebody else for help. What the fuck is you doing calling the police for?
I think, and I'm actually trying to answer that as best I can from what my observation on this earth been. A lot of folks that, and I'm guessing, and somebody can get mad at me for guessing the race of this person, but I'm guessing it was somebody that don't think when they call the cops something bad gonna happen. And that's me trying to give them something. Because they said it was a gentleman. That's me trying to give them something.
It sounds like he was sorry and didn't want to do his job. He's trying to pass the torch over to the next man.
And again, that's what I'm saying. If you don't know how to do your job, go ask somebody that can help you, but don't automatically assume the fucking worst.
That shit get people killed. And
in this case, the motherfucker's already at the hospital to get help. You just made shit worse, my nigga.
Yep. Guess what? It's gonna look. Our feelings about this is gonna get worse when we actually see the play out of it. So we're gonna jump back into this shit. But for all y'all that don't like hearing sounds, I'm just telling y'all, just brace yourself. Brace yourself.
Asked Deputy Red Team if he had anyone who speaks Spanish, and he was asking for help.
Hi, how you doing, sir?
Hey, how you doing?
Do you have somebody who speaks Spanish?
Yeah, I do.
Hey, listen, I'm going through a very tough situation. If you can help.
Okay, yeah.
Please.
Is this your wife?
She's my cousin. My blood cousin. She just came from Colombia. From
¿Qué estás haciendo, mi amor? Mira la hora. Ya, ya, ya,
Mom, no.
Amiga, can you get her to come out here for me?
Mami, dice que vengas un momentico aquí. Dice que
Mami, aquí.
Aquí. Que salga un momentito, por favor.
Mira, ya está cuidado. Vamos a llamar a mi mamá.
Deputy Murillo arrived at the scene, and he was aggressive and hostile right from the very beginning. Alex attempted to explain to him that Nathalie was having a breakdown and tried to inform him about her mental illnesses. He didn't want to hear about her mental health, and instead instructed Alex several times to just step away from the vehicle, which he did.
She has a breakdown. She has. You back up and let me go. Okay, back up. You can do that. Yep, back up. Back up. So go that way. See where that picture sign is? Please go over there. Please stand over there. If you want our help, that's fine. Over there. That's simple. I speak Spanish. Let me get translate.
Again, she's very obviously in a psychotic state. She's not demonstrating that she's a threat to herself or anyone else. Her lawyer describes her behavior as whimsical and childlike and not the least bit aggressive or threatening.
¿Cuál es su nombre, señora? ¿Cuál es su nombre? ¿Cuál es su nombre? Ahora son las 10 de la mañana. ¿Cuál es su nombre? ¿Pero qué está pasando hoy?
Mira, me tenía que haber hecho las uñas. Y no me las hice. Y miren a la hora que es. Y ustedes ya están aquí.
If you speak English,
Vaya, no, no, no se hace.
The other deputy then went and got more information from her cousin Alex, who
So, quick question: does this lady seem like a threat, or does she just seem like she crazy in the head?
Right, having a mental breakdown.
I ain't even gonna lie. I'm with the mental breakdown part, and because I can't speak Spanish, all I can say is Shorty sounds scared more than anything.
You weren't reading the subtitles?
I mean, I was, but them bitches were going by kind of fast on my side. My internet kind of, you know what I'm saying, bullshit.
I feel you. And look, when I'm saying crazy in the head, I'm just encompassing all mental illness because I can't directly diagnose what she has. I don't know if she has schizophrenia. Is she bipolar? Does she have any? I can't diagnose it, so I'm just calling crazy in the head. I'm calling crazy in the head. That's a nigga term for you. Nigga term. Crazy in the head. But we all can see that she has some mental issue going on right now. We all can see that. So
She definitely isn't committing no crime. She's definitely not committing no crime. That's pretty clear.
So with that being said, let's see how this plays out, man.
told her that she was diagnosed bipolar and schizophrenia and stated that he had all of her paperwork. Alex pleaded with Deputy Redfeam to help Nathalia without hurting her.
I'm her sponsor.
So what? Okay, talk to me real quick.
Okay.
So what's your name? Who are you?
My name is Alexander Granada.
Okay.
I'm her sponsor and my mother. My mother is her godmother, and
Okay, hang on, let me get your phone.
she please, if you can help me.
Hey,
please.
we're gonna help you, but
She has. I have all her paperwork.
Okay.
She has bipolar syndrome with
she's diagnosed.
schizophrenia. Yes, she's diagnosed. So she just
She's self-diagnosed, or
No. She's been diagnosed for years. She doesn't have
Damn, I'm cold, man. I got both of them.
her medication for already a few months. She came into the country.
Miss Jackson, I got some practice at this.
So I know you know very well. You know very well. Yeah.
On March, but she was held in ICE for almost 3 months. So this affected a lot her condition. And then she, came out and she's been good all these 6 months. She's been all right. This is the first time I see her like
what's
this.
your date of birth?
But please, I know she's like a little bit, distressed. But please, if you can help me without hurting her or anything like that.
All we're doing is just trying to get information.
I've been trying to bring her to the hospital since last night.
You drove her here?
I came over here because my mom.
Did you drive her or she drive?
No. I brought her here. Yeah. But all I know, she needs the medication. But I have all her paperwork.
Okay.
She has, bipolar syndrome with the schizophrenia, this and that, whatever. And she's been
Take medication.
Deputy Murillo then asked Redfeam if this was going to be a Baker Act, which means an involuntary commitment under Florida law, to which Redfeam responded, yeah, she's schizophrenic bipolar. Murillo then instructed Deputy Redfeam to stay on the driver's side of the vehicle, and he was going to the passenger side of the vehicle. And Deputy Redfeam attempted to inform Murillo that he had learned about Nathalia's mental health from Alex, stating she's schizophrenic and bipolar and not taking her medications.
She take medication in Colombia regularly.
Yeah, she's schizophrenic bipolar. Yeah.
But Deputy
Now, I want y'all to understand something. Matter of fact, not even understand. I want to ask both of y'all a question. What's the point of writing her name down and writing his name down when no crime has been committed?
Well, it's supposed to the information that he can place on file to give over to the hospital. That's the correct or the proper procedure.
They already remember you heard that the brother, cousin, or whatever, blood cousin, already has all their paperwork.
Right. So just showing his interaction of why he was called and what his actions is, or taking precautions of what he does in the situation as law enforcement. It should be documented. So just doing this paperwork as well to verify a backup to give on file.
All right. Well, CJ, what you think?
I mean, I feel like Miss Jackson right, because I mean, the police, they there. So I mean, while they there, they still do got to do their job in some way. So I mean, you definitely still do got to take the people who you talking to name and information down. But I mean, like you said too, if they would have let bro go give the paperwork to the police could have got it off the paperwork and then communicated that with the hospital while still trying to keep Letty calm. But it's only so much you can do as a human at one time. I definitely say that. But again, y'all, you heard the part about the police saying, well, dude saying that she was in ICE for like 3 months, right?
Huh?
Okay, so that further proves the point of what I said earlier. She probably was fucking scared of the police.
Oh yeah, a lot of people are. A lot of people are. But yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all why they writing their names down. They have a database that they're trying to compile. Like, you know how like you get on the internet, you sign up for a new app, you got to click that accept terms and conditions. You pretty much signing over them to have access to a lot of your information. They want to document every human being that's in the United States of America. Every person that cops come in contact with, they want to have their information so they can put them into their system. That's why sometimes, like, guess what? There are people out here that have never committed a crime. But let's say they got stopped by a cop 3 times in the last year. They get stopped the 4th time. The cop be like, yeah, I see that you've been stopped 4 times before. Well, this is your 4th time being stopped at least. They keep that shit. They want a database of your shit. Because remember, once again, what crime is being committed? He just called and asked you for help. Like, he go, what if you broke down on the side of the road? You got a flat tire, and the cop stops. Coming to help you with your flat tire. You wouldn't think it was weird if they asked you for your name? What's your name? First, last, date of birth?
Now, I will say this, though. That's actually happened to me before. My car got stopped on the freeway. I blew out a tire. The police actually did not ask me my name or nothing like that, surprisingly. Probably because I was already outside of the car working on the car and shit. But he just asked me if I needed any help or if I needed a tow. And he pulled off after that.
Because that was a cop that actually was there to help, not to investigate something that wasn't happening.
Right. I experienced that myself. You know, it just helped me put the spare on and went on about his business.
Remember now, the dude just pleaded on the side of the car. Look, I just need y'all to help me get her in here. She need her medication. Why are you trying to? They're investigating him. They're investigating his ass. They're trying to find something. They're gonna run his name.
Then too, I don't know, how long ago this been. Ain't paid much attention to the date, but if it was recent, with Crazy in office, Trump, especially if they thinking they're immigrants or they are showing up trying to document and see they Hispanic or different, trying to check to see if they immigrants got a reason to support them.
No, agreed. Because
this happened before him though. But yeah, keep going, CJ. My bad.
No, I was about to say I agree with her as well because again, if it was with this person in office that we have right now, him explaining that ICE already had her 3 months prior did not really help the situation either.
No. And here, the funny thing is, he's explaining it to Hispanic officers.
Exactly.
Yeah, they should understand.
So it don't matter. That's what I'm saying. It don't even matter when it comes to police officers and them doing wrong. It don't matter what color you is in the grand scheme of things, because they're like, so well, it was a black officer. They don't give a fuck. It was a Hispanic officer. They don't give a fuck. It's an institution. It's like, look, they got black, white, and Mexican people that work at McDonald's. You don't think that any of them can fuck your food up? They all can fuck your food up. It don't matter who the fuck their race is. They work at McDonald's, motherfucker. You might get your shit fucked up. It just comes with the territory. But they're taking down their information, y'all, so they can put them in their system. That's the main reason they do this. It's not to help, because help was get her into the hospital that they're right outside of and get her medication. Right now they're investigating, but there was no crime.
Right, so they're supposed to follow proper procedures, but of course we see they doing what they want to do, and that would have been right up their alley if they were some immigrants that they could, you know what I'm saying, send off. Like I said, I don't know how soon or recent that this is.
This was before Trump got in there, but you already know how Ron DeSantis is down there in Florida anyways. That motherfucker, he ready to get somebody up out of there. But either way, let's keep going.
Deputy Murillo, again, did not want to hear it and instead cut him off, saying, I don't need her whole life.
She's schizophrenic bipolar.
I don't need the whole life.
Deputy Murillo then opened the passenger side door, and Nathalia turned towards him. Murillo stated the following in Spanish. Miss Nathalia, please get out of the car. Are you going to come out willingly, or will I have to pull you out with the chain? He said. And I don't want to do that. Nathalia pleaded with him no, and she refused to exit the truck. According to her lawyer, she didn't do or say anything in Spanish that could be interpreted as a threat to herself or a threat to anyone else. Nevertheless, Deputy Murillo then took hold of Nathalia's right arm, and he placed a handcuff on her right wrist, stating in Spanish, I'm not going to hurt you. Are you going to refuse to leave? Nathalia did not pull her right arm away, allowed Deputy Murillo to handcuff her. Nathalia extended her left arm out towards the driver's side door, away from Murillo and resting it over the armrest. Deputy Murillo demanded in Spanish, give me the other arm. Nathalia pleaded, ya, which likely means wait, and she refused to give him her left arm. So only 5 or 6 minutes after he had arrived on scene, and only 1 minute after being informed that Nathalia suffered from a serious mental illness, Deputy Murillo quickly and forcibly yanked her out of the vehicle by the chain, as he threatened that he would do. Nathalia, who did not understand that he had planned to do this, pleaded with him. Amor, ya, still using terms of endearment when addressing Murillo. She's attempting to de-escalate the situation while Murillo is acting in a hostile and aggressive manner. The other deputy then runs around to the passenger side of the truck where Nathalia was already lying on her back on the concrete, with Deputy Murillo standing over her, demanding in Spanish, give me your other arm, give me your other arm. Nathalia was scared. She didn't understand what was happening to her. Deputy Murillo managed to turn her over onto her stomach, keeping one knee on her buttocks and lower back. The two deputies then restrained her face down, and a third officer, Deputy Canino, appeared at Nathalia's head. He maneuvered her right handcuffed hand behind her back, with her palm turned out and the back of her hand resting against her lower back. Then brutally, Deputy Murillo then forced Nathalia's left arm down backwards, snapping her left humerus bone. You can actually hear the bone breaking. It's quite loud, and it's acknowledged by the deputies on the body cam.
Damn. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I don't like bones breaking.
That's who to call on.
Man, that shit brutal.
One more time. I'm
He
sorry.
gonna run it down. This nigga.
Oh, fuck.
Deputy Canino,
Bro, he left her arm like that.
And then as a trained officer, you know the proper way to handcuff a person. You know the proper way to physically grab their arm or a body part or body member, especially when they're laying face down forward. And it's a proper way that you handcuff them, even if you have to do so forward. Then too, I don't understand why it took two officers to physically restrain her. I understand backup as a procedure, but why do we have two officers physically putting force on her and physically touching her and restraining her? That was way out of context and out of order.
Sometimes it takes two people to handle a woman. Y'all crazy strong sometimes. But
Who was y'all?
I would say this, the part
women,
that I don't
women,
fuck-
you're a woman. Women are not as weak as some people try to make it seem to be.
Hey, look, boy, don't start that Jordan, that
No,
ain't
I'm
got shit to
saying
do with me. I'm talking about the
no,
show and
no.
what's
I'm
going
talking
on.
about
I know who I am.
no,
I'm 42 years old and I'm grown.
no, Jackson. No, that's not where I'm going. Please stop. I'm saying women in general. There are strong women out here, and it's gonna be police protocol regardless. If you got multiple officers on scene, no matter if it's a man or a woman or a child, multiple ones are gonna get in on it. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying.
There was no need. There was, again, I'm going to say
We can say
my
that.
statement.
We can
There
say
was no
that.
need for two people to use physical force. There was no violence being committed. This individual was not violent. They already had the records of her mental illness and mental issues, and there was no need for physical force from two officers. Period.
I don't
SCJ,
see.
what you got?
No, I was about to say I agree with Miss Jackson wholeheartedly, but what I also don't understand is why, if you were quote unquote there to help, why even use quote unquote force / handcuffs anyway, bruh? You see, the second you put the handcuffs on her, she got the screaming and hollering, right? If you know you trying to help, take the fucking handcuffs off, grab her by the hands and tell her whatever you got to say in Spanish that you trying to help her. The fuck you yank her out the whip for?
Because they weren't there to help. And that's why I want a lot of people to understand. They're not there to help. That's the whole point of showing this video. They're not there to help.
That was wild.
Now, if it was a legal arrest, which they had no grounds to arrest her for anyways, still, it would have took to, like, they're going to put as many people as they can on anybody. They just do it. They just do it. I'm not saying it's right, but that's what they do. And we can argue that shit in court till the cows come home, because I'm down for that type of fight. But I agree with both of y'all. There's no reason. There was no reason to put handcuffs on her, yank her out of that car. There was none. She
They
was
could
not
have killed
accused
that
of
woman.
committing any crime. Oh, look, we ain't done. I'm sorry. Yeah, we ain't done. You want to keep going?
Shit, we here now.
Then held Nathalia's broken left arm down backwards at a visibly unnatural angle, while Deputy Murillo placed the handcuff on her broken left arm.
Oh, wait, hold on. Wait. Jay, I ain't gonna lie. As somebody who's broken their fucking arm before, dog, the first thing that they fucking told me when I broke my arm was hold it in place as best as I fucking could.
Yeah, hold it in a natural position.
This nigga literally at this point is breaking it more.
Yeah, I tell you, that's what I said. I'm cringing because he left it there. He handcuffed her arm that way.
No, he didn't leave it there. Put emphasis on it, Jay. That nigga left it there and then held it down.
He handcuffed it. He secured it in that position.
I know, but Jay, he's using his other, whichever arm that is right or left. He's holding that same arm down.
Yeah, I see. And it's making my stomach hurt.
My nigga, you can feel that bone in your hand broken already.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, god damn.
Dude, when I see shit like this, I feel it in my own body. I don't know what the fuck it is, but I feel that shit in my own body. When I see people hurt themselves, I feel that shit because I don't know what's up in my head, but I internalize that shit. And I'm just picturing what the fuck she's feeling right now. And it's like, if this don't feel good to me, I know it don't feel good to her. It do not feel good to her, and I don't mean to laugh, but damn.
Golly.
Well, they the ones committing the crime. I mean, they have physically assaulted this woman. They physically assaulted this woman who did no physical or violent force towards them or anybody out there on the scene.
She didn't break no crime. Look, here you go. And I'm going to ask this question at the end, but I'm going to ask it right now, too. If Warren Sapp, we just watched the Warren Sapp situation, if he can sue for 20 mil, what you think she can ask for?
Shit.
Exactly. Hold that thought, because they ain't done, y'all. Hold that thought.
It's okay.
Murillo then pulled on Nathalia's broken left arm to turn her over and sat her upright. Natalia continued speaking nonsensically to Deputy Murillo, stating, "You told me it was only 9:05 in the morning here, my love. I was going to wait for you."
rolling her on her
Que
broke
aquí
arm
solamente a
side.
las 9:05 de la mañana. Mi amor, ya yo te iba a esperar.
¿Qué drogas que ha hecho drogas?
Estás oyendo.
Where her arm
Despite
don't
being
even look right.
confused in a psychotic state
fuck.
and in excruciating physical pain, Natalia still spoke with kindness towards Deputy Murillo, this man who had just yanked her out by the chain of her own vehicle and broke her arm by forcing it down backwards behind her back.
Mira ese
¿Qué
dedito.
medicina no ha tomado?
Mira ese dedito. Mami, yo no tengo. Ya volví.
Hey, Nina, grab
Yeah, I want y'all to really like visualize this. We come full screen real quick. Like, all right, let's say I'm getting arrested, y'all. I'm getting arrested. They got my arm. Place my arm straight, y'all, behind my back. They took her fucking arm and bent this bitch this way, y'all. They bent it this way, not this way. They bent it this way.
We seen it and heard it
I
5
just-
times. The whole 5 times you played it.
Man, they bent that bitch this way, y'all. I'm like, Jesus Christ, bro. Like, is she that calm? Well, I guess it's already done happened now, but you know,
the wheelchair.
I'm telling you,
sorry.
you could've killed that one.
She just needs some medication. Yeah, I have all the paperwork.
Mira el celular. Mira, ya está el cargador.
And that's where the body cam ends. Her lawyer told me that after this, she was immediately wheeled into the hospital. She was indeed Baker acted, so she was committed and then placed in a sort of a lockdown psychiatric facility. She had to undergo surgery. An orthopedic surgeon had to essentially pin her arm back together, and it never completely healed. She still is left with these pins in her arm, decreased mobility just as a result of this incident. I mean, on top of all of the mental issues that she already has been dealing with and that her family has to deal with. So a lawsuit was filed against the deputies involved and also their employer. And the main issue here is clearly excessive force. Even though they said that they would help, let's just assume that they're allowed to take her into custody forcefully if necessary under the Baker Act. And what's the reasoning for that? That would be because she poses a danger to herself or other people, primarily herself. She needs to get inside the hospital. She needs to be given her medications forcefully if necessary. Here, there are 2 main problems. One, Deputy Murillo rushed into this thing without getting the necessary information. He just kind of shoved everybody aside, and he's going to take care of everything himself because he speaks Spanish.
She has a breakdown. She has bipolar. Back up, let me go. Okay, back up. You back up. Yep, back up. Back up. So go that way. See where that visitor sign is? Please go over there. Please stand over there. If you want our help, that's fine. Over there. That's simple. I can translate. That means you translate.
He didn't gather the facts, even as they're trying to tell him the facts. He's not wanting to hear it.
She's schizophrenic.
I don't hold life.
In large police departments, such as they have in Broward County, they have policies on how to deal with severe mental issues when they encounter them. They have resources that rural agencies don't have when it comes to dealing with people with severe mental health issues. There was no emergency here where he had to act before anyone else who knew better could assist. Instead, he resorted to just raw violence, yanking her out of the vehicle. And do I even have to explain that it was unnecessary and constitutionally excessive to bend her arm the wrong way to handcuff her? How barbaric was that? Completely unnecessary, cruel. Is just one of the most bizarre things I've ever seen. And then, as I told you at the very beginning, he wrote in his report, it was just basically a routine handcuffing. He heard a sound, but he mentions nothing about breaking her arm in half. After a brief struggle, I was able to get control of her left arm and place it behind her back, which allowed me to properly and safely detain her. I heard a popping sound, but was unaware of what it was. I mean, this guy seems like a real psychopath. But you say, I don't really care.
Y'all give me your thoughts real quick, like for they finish. God damn.
Properly and safely detain her. Wow.
And the question I would always ask, if I'm on any jury, if I ever became a judge, you had to properly detain her and secure for what? Answer that first.
Right, number
And
one.
this whole case would be solved right then and there for what? Oh, well, I felt like I don't give a fuck what you felt, nigga. She one
That
of your
and my
own
nigga-
people.
That and G, what the fuck is your definition of safe, bro?
He causing more harm.
For the same
that-
shit that you could have did in a kind manner, you did it in an abusing manner. Cause nigga, you could. The same result ended up fucking happening. You ended up wheeling her in the fucking hospital, and she got the psychiatric help that she needed on top of a fucking orthopedic surgery, which was unnecessary. What the fuck?
Hey man, he was playing Grand Theft Auto at the time, y'all. And for some reason you need to break one person's arm after you steal a car and do all this other stuff. He had to get that off the list.
The proper procedure was once they got there, they're supposed to call the paramedics to physically restrain her if they have to put her in a straight jacket or strap her to the bed or whatever to get her on in the hospital. They supposed to went back to who originally reached out to them, which was the paramedics, and called the ambulance to detain her. It wasn't a criminal act to begin with for them to even get involved in. They know that.
Okay, I got a question then. So when you call 911, is the first people that respond the police, or it just depends on case by case?
It's supposed to be the police 95% of the time.
Yeah, the police.
Okay, then I'm 100% agreeing with you, Miss Jackson. Once the police got that call, why didn't the police just say, fuck it, I'm sending an ambulance and I'll come after the ambulance show up, or I'll come same time?
Right.
That ain't how it works.
Well, no, right. When you call them, when you contact them, you let them know what's going on and who do you need. Dispatcher will ask, do you need an ambulance, a fire department, or the police officers? And you let them know who you need and what the situation is. They'll send out, they always send out maybe a backup officer,
They always gonna send an officer.
And they'll send out a fire department maybe sometimes. But overall, they'll send you who you need.
Remember
that's my question then. So why the fuck didn't the dispatcher obviously contact the police, which they had to, but I'm not gonna put that on the dispatcher. But why didn't the police just turn around and just call? What the fuck? Make the extra call.
Remember what they said about the caller that called, the guy inside of the hospital. He said this lady was out here acting crazy.
Yeah,
that's why they sent the cops.
Right. He had them thinking that telling lies. He was saying she was being violent and irate and all that. So that's why they felt the need to send the police.
But yeah, they depending on what you call for, depending on what situation you in, they will eat. The cops are coming regardless. You call 911, they sending the cops. I don't care if they tell you your house is on fire. They gonna send the cops. They sending the cops. The cops are gonna come, but it's really more about having like fire and rescue or paramedics and shit. Because if the paramedics come, the cops are definitely coming. And if it's a fire, the cops got to come in section after section. They all gonna come at one, but it really depends on the situation. Because if it's just a situation for cops, they're not gonna call the fire department.
Okay, so then my next question would be, then since we got to take the onus off the police and off the dispatcher and everything like that, then why didn't the hospital, if that person didn't speak Spanish, call somebody that spoke Spanish?
Oh, look, the onus we're not taking the onus off of none of them.
No, I'm not taking the onus off of another. Like, I'm just talking about in terms of just like how the police even got there type shit.
Oh yeah, look, whoever that employee is, I would hope in this lawsuit they sue that motherfucker too for filing a false police report, whatever that illegal use of 911 services and shit, and then sue that motherfucker personally in the hospital. Look, in this lawsuit, that lady's $100 million, in my opinion. Because I'm gonna get something off the hospital. I'm gonna try to get something off of whoever that dude is personally that called on me. I'm gonna get something off the police department, the officer who broke my arm personally, and the whole fucking city. I'm gonna try to hit everybody up.
Oh, they gonna
you bent my arm backwards like a paper clip. Because of what? Oh, I'm coming for everybody. Bro, I'll be on demon time if it wasn't no demon time. And they said that the dude that the hospital tried to pin her arm back together, and they couldn't really get it all the way back, so she still got pins in her arm. That means she got metal running through her arm.
That's what I got going for my arm.
Bro, I'm not but nah, I look. If somebody called, depending on what the call situation is, and we're basing off of what he relayed to us that the guy said to dispatch, they were gonna send the police. They weren't gonna send EMS. They weren't gonna send the fire department for that. They were gonna send the police. Because they said it's a crazy woman. And that means we need to bring in the guns. And you said your house is on fire, the cops still come too, but they're gonna send in the people that got the water. That's normally how that shit works. But let's keep going. We almost through this bitch. I ain't gonna lie, my stomach's still hurting.
She shouldn't have been here anyways. She was from Colombia. She was already mentally ill. Why is she even in this country to begin with?
Hold on, let me see what he started off with that.
But you say, I don't really care. She shouldn't have been here anyways. She was from Colombia. She was already mentally ill. Why is she even in this country to begin with? I don't really care what happens to her. It's been long established that it doesn't matter whether you're legally in this country or you're illegally in this country or somewhere in between, and who knows what's going on at the current moment. One thing we do know is that police officers still have the same restrictions on them as far as trampling people's constitutional rights. Do we really want that guy just himself deciding who gets their humerus broken for no good reason? No, of course not. Constitutional rights are something that you either protect and enforce or you don't. And I would argue just the opposite, that I don't really care how this woman got here. What is really most important to me is that she is absolutely helpless. Like, she needs help. I don't know what kind of help specifically she needs, but I do know that it wasn't yanking her out of the vehicle and snapping her arm in half. My job as a civil rights lawyer is to help the most helpless among us. And this woman certainly is that. If you would deny her basic, not just constitutional rights, but basic human rights, then how do you deserve them yourself? If you let this police officer be judge, jury, and executioner, do you trust him when he pulls over and encounters your daughter or your granddaughter? No, of course not. Like I said, this guy seems like a complete idiot and a psychopath. Perhaps he needs to be Baker acted. As far as I know, he's still out there encountering the public with his badge and his gun. In fact, from what I've heard from this woman's lawyer, she is still terrified of this guy. And despite that, knowing that, the lawsuit's going on now, and when they take her deposition, it's coming up, I think, later this week, they want him in the room with her to purposefully terrorize her. How sick is that? The abuse continues. Hopefully we'll have an update on what happens here. You can follow along by subscribing both here and at the blog.
And look, y'all, when I get an update on this, I promise you all, we covering it. We covered it because I got my stomach hurting, bro. That's not it. That's not it.
Man, and like I said, he was worried about her being an immigrant rather than doing his job to protect and serve. You know, so that's what he was already in his feeling some type of way about too. You know, just off the rip. And you know, the good thing they have everything on camera, the body camera, whatnot. So 0 win in court, case already, you know, won, because you can't lie against the evidence.
We can't say that. We can't say that because I don't know if a lot of people been paying attention. I agree that it should be an open and shut case. Do we all agree on that? CJ, you agree on that? This should be an open and shut case. The cop was in the wrong.
Hell yeah.
I would say right now, we can't even have that mindset.
I seriously doubt it.
Now, the reason I'm saying it, you remember the Ahmaud Arbery situation? The guy that was he went into an abandoned house or a house that was under construction, and then he ended up running down the street, and these white folks chased him down and shot him with a shotgun in his face. It was all over the news.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all remember that? Well, of that town, that the father of the son called, and she kind of played blocker. So they, you know, because they didn't get arrested that day. They didn't get arrested for weeks. She just got off on her court case today.
So, especially the jumping office, anything goes. You know, they getting immunity. So
that little white kid that was caught on camera trying to drown his black friend in the lake, he got off. It's so many cases where motherfuckers, just as of recent, the ruling is coming down. It's not like the jury is saying they're innocent. No, the judges are stepping in and saying, "No, they're good to go. There's nothing here." Jury don't even get to hear the case or make a decision. That's where we are right now, and people need to be mindful of that shit. Like, it can be on camera. Think about it. Just think about it if we were right here with George Floyd shit again. There would be some people saying, Yeah, it was really the drugs. You know, I don't care that I sat there and watched this man kneel on that man's neck for I don't know how many minutes. That don't matter. It don't matter that he went to sleep on that pavement. It was some drugs that got him. That's what it was. It wasn't dude kneeling on his neck. Those people are making decisions right now. And I think
Well,
I
people
get
need to be
you.
mindful.
I get you, Jay, but it's kind of what we said about ACT this past Sunday. Just because the situations may have changed, don't make it any less fucked up.
Mm-mm. Oh, what I'm saying is not to diminish. What I'm saying is to actually motivate. If we thought we were pushing forward and advocating for certain issues when things were happening, when wrongdoings were happening, if we thought we were doing it to 100% before, we might want to find that 120%. Because right now we got motherfuckers getting off on shit that's blatant.
well, I look at it like we're going to have plenty of more George Floyd situations and incidences when we have the government, you know, there's Project 2025 that they invented behind the federal government. And you know, people, the commander-in-chief, they not holding them to no accountability, and it's immunity coming into effect. So we're going to have a whole lot more than situations and cases coming up.
Oh, yeah. Look, we living in some, I'm not trying to talk all doom and gloom to everybody, y'all, but we are living in some very interesting times right now. And that's why I keep trying to call this shit out. And just for the people that you know, sitting in the back that want to be like, oh, y'all just some racists, y'all hate Trump, yeah, fuck you, first off. But outside of that, this man did run that he wants to give cops carte blanche, blanket immunity. We just watched a cop break a woman's arm. Well, if that's the case, then blanket immunity means the cop did nothing wrong under his logic. And if that was your mama, your sister, your cousin, your brother, your father, your uncle, you would be cool with that? Because I know I wouldn't. That man bent that lady arm back like a paper clip. I just can't get behind shit like that. But motherfuckers need to be mindful, man, because I'm trying to tell y'all, I keep my head to the ground, my ear to the earth. And a lot of these cases because a lot of this shit, y'all know, a lot of these cases, like, we'll hear about it, and then it's years that happen before we find out what actually is the sentencing and all the people involved, all this woo shit. They're they're quietly pushing them bitches to the side. Because you know how the news is. They just want to get what's hot right now. What's hot? What's dramatic? Let's talk about that plane crash. And it's like, let's talk about Trump trying to take Gaza and shit. They just want to hit you with the sensational shit. But there's a lot of things still happening that didn't happen way before, happening right now. And a lot of these motherfuckers are getting off and people ain't saying nothing about it because a lot of people don't fucking know about it. They just getting caught up in the bullshit. I'm like, I'm asking for people to double down. Whatever we was doing before, it wasn't enough. Do it more. Do it more. Because this shit right here, and this is for all my Hispanic folks. Like, dude, I don't care if you over here illegal. I don't want that shit to happen to you. Because I know if they'll do it to you, they'll start practicing on me too. And I say that same shit to the white folks. If they do it on me, they're going to practice on you too. And that's why I like to show a lot of videos where they fucking on white folks. Because they do it to y'all a lot. And a lot of folks sit around here and act like it don't happen. It happens every fucking day. Every fucking day. We gotta go a little bit harder. We gotta go a little bit harder. But look, I'm gonna stop ranting for a second. I'm gonna let y'all talk. I know CJ had something.
Nigga, you basically, you know what I'm saying, you covered everything I had my rebuttal to, but it's just fucked up overall. Like, nobody should be dealing with that shit. I don't give a fuck if you're here legally or illegally. We'll get the paperwork figured out at the end of the day. But, nigga, if you need help, we should be helping the motherfuckers that genuinely need the fucking help on some real shit. That shit shouldn't be happening to no fucking body. Straight up.
I agree, man. Look, we claim we a country that wants to go around the world and solve problems and help the downtrodden because we're such a great society. I don't wish nothing bad on somebody. Like, for real, you need help. Like, for real, you in a bad position. That's why I don't look down on people that got less than me. I don't look down on people that's on the street and shit. Like, everybody gonna go through a struggle in this world. You living on this earth, you're gonna go through a struggle one way or another, some less than others. But everybody's gonna go through a struggle. I don't beat down. And we got too many people in this country right now that I think beat down. They got their own fucked up life. But instead of punching at the top where the problems come from, they'll punch down. I ain't with that shit. Miss Jackson, I'm throwing to you, my bad.
All right, I'm drawing in final thoughts for the night.
right.
Yep. So it's just, hey, the more we watch, the more we see, the more we learn, the more we acknowledge work has to be done, education has to be brought forth, information definitely needs to be given out to our young people, to our generation. We live in perilous times right now. We have an idiot in office. Project 2025 is serious, it's real. People took it as a joke. We was being taught, we're not going back. And people didn't understand and get that phrase. But, going back to the 1900s and 1800s and 1950s and shit, we're really in a position of being suppressed and oppressed all over again. So it really is perilous times, and we have to continue to stick together. Knowledge is power. Spread education, spread information. Social media is a powerful blessing in disguise and access and tool for us to get knowledge and reach people all over the world globally. So I think it's very important. This is my passion, and my heart lies here as far as justice and injustice and being an advocate for justice. Also, please come and join me on my network on YouTube, and that's at School for Justice. I am Kenique Jackson. Glad to be here with you all. Glad to connect with you. That's Steve Money. Yeah, glad to meet up with you, my man. And until next time, peace.
All right, now. All right, CJ, throwing it to you. Final thoughts, and you already know we gotta let them know about the Sunday shit.
Oh yeah, you already know what it is. But hey, police, y'all gotta stop that hoe ass shit. I ain't gonna lie. And everybody else, if you see somebody that genuinely need help the motherfucker. Like for real. It might just be me that has a big ass heart, but I'm a kind, giving person, and I feel like everybody should also be the same, especially if you understand the person's situation. And a lot of people that hold positions of power don't really understand what people are really going through no more because they hold that type of position. But hey, that's still some fucked up ass shit. Remember where the fuck you came from, and remember who the fuck came up around you, damn it. Because them same type of people might be suffering, and the same motherfuckers you shitting on and not realizing. But otherwise, that's my final thoughts on that bullshit. But you can catch me Sundays, 8 o'clock, 414 CJ. That's my music page. But catch me over here at 8 o'clock on the JVJ Network. This Sunday, though, ain't no show. We doing the, what you doing that? The watch party for Super Bowl, 5:30. That's time the game start, right? 5:30?
Yeah, 5:30.
All right, yeah. So online to say 5:30, but we'll probably be on there about 5 o'clock, 5:15, just to get everything prepped, talking our little shit for the game. But y'all already know what it is. Appreciate you hopping on. And hey, Miss Jackson, appreciate you for, the shout out always. Hey, and I like y'all takes. I do be watching every Friday. And every time you be hopping on, I do 100% agree with what you be saying. So definitely fuck with you. JVJ, appreciate you.
That's
You
what's up.
already know it. Man, look, y'all. This situation right here, man, look, the Warren Sapp situation, look, not answering questions and asking questions. Look, I'm just gonna tell y'all off that, man. Learn, like read the Constitution, man. Learn your rights. Start doing some research into this shit because right now it's gonna be more pertinent than ever to learn your shit, and everybody should know it. Teach your fucking kids, man. If you got some kids, train them in situations so they don't go into this shit blind, because there are a lot of people out here who will try to take advantage because we give certain groups of people, we give certain people power to take advantage of other people. And when you don't know what your rights are, I say it all the time. Miss Jackson, she know I say it. Your rights are like muscles. If you don't use them, you're going to lose them. They're really like muscles. If you don't work the fuck out, but motherfucker, you're going to be weak. Use your goddamn rights because they will constantly keep taking advantage of them if you don't stand on it. So from Warren Sapp situation to this poor lady right here, it's all wrong. And there's so many different levels to this shit, y'all. It don't matter. It doesn't always have to be extreme. but it can get extreme. We could have got to a point that somebody lost their life tonight. We don't need to stand for that. I don't want that for any other fellow American. I don't want that for anybody, period. Especially operating on this goddamn country's land. Nah, we ain't supposed to be for that, man. We need to do things the right way, regardless of whether we agree or disagree with folks. You don't advocate or wish for that or just dismiss that happening to anybody. But hopefully we can get somewhere. We just need more and more people to keep on coming around. Spread the word, man. Share the fucking videos because this shit's fucked up and it does happen. For all them people that sit around there and say it don't happen, show them this video. Show it to them and watch them shut the fuck up because they need to shut the fuck up and stop advocating for it. Because when you complicit with shit, you're with the shit. But yeah, y'all, we will be here on Sunday doing. We're gonna be covering the Super Bowl. Gonna do a live watch party. We're not gonna be able to show the game to y'all, so y'all don't get excited. But we had the game cast up, and we're just gonna show y'all what we doing and shit and commentate throughout. But we will be back here tomorrow because right now with the times that we're living in, I'm about to give a history lesson tomorrow. It's gonna be a history lesson on this country, real American history, not the shit that they taught us in school. Real American history. So if y'all want to get down with it, it's gonna piss some people off, and y'all can probably guess who. But we're gonna be back here tomorrow doing that. But man, look, y'all be safe. Everybody that rocked out with us tonight, man, I really do appreciate y'all, man. If you was watching over on the network, watching over on Let's Talk, or watching over on Facebook, man, hit that like, hit that subscribe, turn them notices on, share the videos, all that in the bag of chips, man. Cause we trying to grow around here. But we are gonna get the fuck up out of here. I appreciate y'all. We catch y'all in the next one as always, man. Peace.
Don't tell me about me. Stop telling 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 me about me. I don't need you to tell me about me. Don't tell me about me.